everybody, and welcome. Tonight we're going to be talking with Celebrity Cruises and find out all the wonderful things that they are doing, because cruising is back, and we are so excited because Charlie and I are going to go on a celebrity cruise the end of June and be back on the ocean, and we are just thrilled over this. So I'm going to turn it over to Charlie and let him introduce Miss Maria.
We're delighted to have Maria Pizzo with us this evening. She is our market sales manager for Celebrity Cruises, and I have to share with you that she comes to us full of excitement and vigor and enthusiasm and energy, and at the time we've had for the last year or so, that's a much needed injection of go-getter. Without any further ado, I present Maria Pizzo.
Hello, good evening, guys. Thanks so much for joining us. Thank you for the warmest welcome from Shari and Charlie. They are just as great as they are saying that I am. So it's definitely a partnership that I love, and I'm so happy that you guys are going to be sailing on board the Millennium, which we're going to get into. But before we do that, for so long we've been saying we can't wait, and we still can't wait because it hasn't started yet. But we are less than a month away from cruising to start. So I really want to share all those exciting itineraries with you guys. And I'm also going to give you a little bit of a sneak peek into our newest ship. So come along on the ride with me, close those eyes, imagine you're sailing in the Atlantic with a cocktail in your hand. You have your music going on in the background, laughing with your loved ones, and you have that sea breeze blowing through your hair. I mean, I feel like I'm on a ship now. I hope you guys do too. So let's get going. So, Celebrity Cruises. Over this past year and a half, we really took the time to really reflect as a brand, and we kind of did a little bit of a reset. But some of these things that you are seeing here on the screen now, I'm sure look familiar, such as destination delivery. We love when our guests are able to immerse themselves in the places that we visit. So we have some overnights. We also have some long stays, so leaving destinations later than normal. Design excellence should also come to mind. We work with some really incredible designers, and in turn, they create these beautiful ships that become destinations within themselves. And you're going to hear me say later on the word revolution. And one of the ships that they've created was Edge. And because Edge was such a destination within itself, we decided to bring Edge to the fleet through our revolution. And I have some pictures for you to show you what that all looks like. World-class accommodations. Now, in this picture, we're featuring the Retreat, which is absolutely beautiful, really is a ship within a ship. But also we have our Aqua Class staterooms, and that also brings us to holistic wellness. And then we also have our regular infinite balconies, our regular balconies. We also have inside and ocean view rooms too. So there really is something out there for everyone, no matter on the category of room. It will be world class for you. Culinary expertise. Within the Retreat, we have a restaurant called Lumine, which you'll get to see a picture of. And we partnered up with Daniel Boulud, who's a 2-star Michelin chef. So he's partnered up with us, and he has helped curate the menus for Lumine. On Beyond, which is our newest ship, he's doing something really special on there as well for everyone. So you definitely have to stay tuned. Holistic wellness. We have partnered up with Gwyneth Paltrow's brand, Goop. And we have made Gwyneth Paltrow our holistic wellness ambassador. So we are so excited to have her on board, not only with Goop coming to see, also with our spa and our fitness centers and our aqua classrooms, as I've mentioned. Now, throughout this whole year and a half that we really reflected, we've also announced Muster 2.0. Now, for those of you who have been on a cruise ship before, the most dreaded part of a cruise, and it's the only dreaded part of a cruise, is your safety drill. So we have now arranged or organized, allowed for you to do your safety drill from either your smartphone or from the television in your room. It would be the same thing as going to, lining up together and all gathering. You'll hear the same messages, you'll hear the same type of alarms and everything, either through your smartphone or through your TV. Now, the only thing that you will still be required to do is visit your muster station. Now, your muster station is where you go, God forbid there's an emergency, you know where you have to go to then evacuate the ship. You have a 4-hour time frame to get this done now. And the best part about it is the bars stay open, the restaurants stay open, all of your entertainment on board will still be happening. So I'm so excited about Muster 2.0, and I hope you guys are too. And I really think that this makes things simple and a lot easier. Now, simple and easier also comes to mind for me is always included. Every time you book with Celebrity, always, you will receive a classic drinks package, surfing Wi-Fi, and tips. Every time you book with Celebrity, tips, drinks, and Wi-Fi are always included. Now, you do have the opportunity to upgrade that if you'd like. Depending on the package that you'd like to upgrade to, depends on the fee amount. So if it's always included, to elevate it would be $30 per day per person. Always included to indulge will be $60 per person. A couple of things that I want to point out on here before we get into itineraries. The difference between streaming and surfing Wi-Fi. So surfing Wi-Fi is really great for staying connected. Your Facebook Messenger, your Instagram, your posting on Facebook, anything like that, your emails, staying connected, surfing Wi-Fi is great. Streaming Wi-Fi is really great for streaming. So streaming music, streaming movies, watching Netflix, anything like that, streaming Wi-Fi will be required. Now, the tips. The tips that you're seeing are for your room attendants. If you're in the retreat, then also for your butler, for your wait staff, and for some of the staff at the Ocean View Cafe, which is the buffet available for everyone. There's also tips within your drinks package that are also included in Always Included. So there's no additional fees.
Just talking.
Good evening, welcome. There's no additional. Hi, how are you?
We can't get the video.
On the bottom of your screen.
Incorrect address.
On the bottom of your screen. Oh, did you call in?
It wouldn't connect on the link. It said it was invalid address. We both tried it.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that, but I could definitely stay on with us. You could hear all about what I'm saying, and then I could send everything over to Sherry and Charlie Funk, and they could send it on over to you. How does that sound?
Whatever.
Okay, well, let's try to listen. Yeah.
We're recording this, so we will post this where you can see it.
Okay.
Okay.
So what we're talking about right now is Always Included. So anytime you book with Celebrity, drinks, tips, and Wi-Fi are included. Now there's an 18% gratuity included in that drinks package. That 18% gratuity goes to the people who are looking after you. So I know sometimes when you get on board, you're a little confused on if you should be walking around with cash or not, with some singles to be tipping. You're certainly welcome to do so, but please be assured that all of your tips while you're on board, whether it's for the wait staff, for the bartenders, for the bar servers, are all taken care of through Always Included. Do we have any questions on this? No? Perfect. Now that you guys know what's all included when you book with us, I'm sure you're saying, well, Maria, where are we going? So let me tell you that someday is here, and sailing will start up on June 5th on the Millennium, round trip out of St. Maarten. But before we get there, let's talk about Apex, because Apex is our newest ship. Not one single guest has ever sailed on her before, and she has been waiting for us for over a year now. So starting June 19th, she will be home porting out of Athens, Greece, and she will be doing a couple of different itineraries, mostly 7 nights. You have a 6th night in there, and you also have 2 8 nights. And she'll be doing the Greek Isles and Cyprus, or the Greek Isles in Israel. So that's from June 19th all the way through September 25th. Celebrity Apex will be home porting out of Athens. And the exciting thing about that is that she will be leaving Athens at 8:30 p.m. And the reason why I say that's exciting is because you have a whole day in Athens if you can't get there before. So you have up until about, let's say, 7 o'clock to get yourself on board Celebrity Apex and then start your cruise. So whether it's sailing to Santorini and Rhodes, or is it Israel and Mykonos, and you have a whole bunch of different options there for you. So these 2 8 nights, you have Greek Isles in Israel, and then you also have the Greek Isles and Cyprus, both leaving at 8:30 p.m. out of Athens. We have some 7 nights, as I mentioned. You have 7 nights focusing on Greek Isles and Cyprus. You also have a 7 nights with Greek Isles in Israel. Now, the difference between this 7-night Greek Isles in Israel and the 8-night Greek Isles in Israel is the 8-night has an overnight in Jerusalem. So you have a full 24 hours in Jerusalem. You don't need to book a hotel. You have the ship there for you. Now, with everything going on in Israel, should it not be safe for us to go to Israel, changes will certainly be made. I have not heard anything on if things are going to be changed or so on and so forth, but the safety of our crew and of our guests are of utmost importance, and we will not be going there if it is not safe for us to do so. So definitely hang in tight if you're interested in either the 7 or 8 Greek and Israel cruises. Now, you have to still get to Greece, right? You can't just jump in your car and drive over to Athens. So we've secured some really great air. So $6.99 round trip air. Now, we've only secured a certain amount of space. So if you're interested, definitely get with Just Cruising Plus team to check with your travel advisor and see what we could do to accommodate this air for you. Remember, anytime you book with us, drinks, tips, and Wi-Fi are always included. Now, there's 2 places on board Apex that I really want to share with you guys. They happen to be my favorite. The first one being La Petite. So when you're looking at this image, I hope your eyes are being drawn to the table that has an animation being shown all over it. And what this animation is, it's a little chef, and you see this little chef making this meal. So you'll see the chef jump into the ocean and pull out a bushel of clams and go into a garden and pull some tomatoes. So as this animation is happening on the table, our chefs in the back are creating that same exact meal for you. So the meal that the animation is creating is the same meal that you will be eating. Now, I know you may be saying, well, Maria, we're not going with our kids or our grandkids. We just want it to be adults. This restaurant is fun for all ages. I went a couple of years ago, and I thought it was the neatest thing ever. So I would definitely recommend giving it a try. Don't knock it until they try it. That's what they say. So definitely check it out. One of my favorites for sure. Now, the second place is the Craft Social Bar. So the Craft Social Bar is located on deck number 4, and it's right outside the casino, and it's taking place of the casino bar. This place is great to get some craft beers, wines, cocktails. You could also go and get some bites to eat. You could go and watch a game there. So when I'm on board Apex and you're looking for Maria Pizzo, that's where you will find me. So definitely have to check it out. Taste some of their beers. It's really, really neat. A fun place to be. And hopefully after you win big in the casino, you could go have your celebratory drink there. Now, revolutionized Millennium. Europe is great. Europe is so much fun, but I think everyone loves, or I certainly love, the beach, the warm weather, a pina colada in my hand, and seeing multiple Caribbean islands. And on board the revolutionized Celebrity Millennium, you could certainly do that. Starting June 5th, round trip out of St. Maarten. Now, we have some 7 nights, starting June 5th all the way through August 21st, departing on Saturdays, as I mentioned, round trip out of St. Maarten. You have the option of either doing Aruba, Curacao, or Barbados, or the British Virgin Islands, St. Lucia, and Barbados. Now, I have been to all of these places before, and I can tell you that they are gorgeous. St. Maarten being one of my favorites, and then Aruba, and then Barbados. So definitely recommend jumping on these. Leaving St. Maarten at 10 p.m. You don't even have to fly into St. Maarten the day before and get a hotel. You could fly in the same day, put your stuff on the ship, and go explore St. Maarten. Leaving St. Maarten at 10 p.m. You have a day at sea. You'll head into Curacao, do a nice little sail to Aruba, a day at sea, go into Barbados, a day at sea, back to St. Maarten. Now, when you're in Barbados, if the beach isn't your thing, Barbados has some caves there, and you could take a train through the caves, which is pretty neat. In Aruba, beautiful beaches, also great just to have a walk around. They have some great shops just close by. So definitely one of my favorites, if you can't tell how I can't get off of this slide. Still out of St. Maarten, again leaving at 10 p.m., a day at sea. We have Tortola, day at sea, St. Lucia, Barbados, day at sea, St. Maarten, again leaving at 10 p.m. St. Lucia is one of, you know, when people say, once you see one Caribbean island, you've seen them all. Well, I could say with St. Lucia, that is certainly not the case. It is mountainous, it is green, and it is really, really, really beautiful. So if St. Lucia isn't on your bucket list, you should certainly be adding it onto it now. Air, of course you have to get there. As low as $500 round trip. Again, limited space at these prices, so definitely get with Just Cruising Plus and your travel advisor and check it out. Drinks, tips, and Wi-Fi always included. Now let's do a little bit of a virtual ship tour of the Millennium. So in the very beginning, if you remember, I mentioned the word revolutionize. And the way this all came about was Edge, which is Apex's sister ship, came out a couple of years ago, and there was nothing like it out on the water. So Edge became a destination within itself. So we said, how beautiful or how special would it be to bring Edge to the fleet? So that's what we did. Millennium is one of our older ships, and we brought her down to her bare bones and essentially rebuilt the whole inside of Millennium. So the pictures that I'm showing you now, the first one being the main dining room, second one being the Ocean View Cafe, these two eating venues are included in the price of your cruise. No matter what category of room that you are booked in, you are welcome to dine in either the main dining room or the Ocean View Cafe for no additional charge. Now, the pictures that you're seeing are actual pictures of the Celebrity Millennium. They are not renderings. These are the true and real thing. So when you get on board the ship, you're going to head to the Sunset Bar, because that's one of my favorite places too. After the Craft Social Bar, the Sunset Bar is right on the aft of the ship, and you look behind the ship and you get to see the sunset. It really is beautiful. Or if you're just sailing, it's a great place just to kind of see all around. So the Sunset Bar is definitely where you need to head to too. The rooftop terrace, you could go there and watch movies. They'll play some movies there. just a great place to relax, read a book. This space is your home, so you are welcome to do what you wish in the spaces that you are seeing. You have the spa, and you also have the shops. Now, through the revolution, we've added some new treatments to the spa, such as a hammam, such as a bath salt room, a lighting room. We've made some additions to our relaxation rooms. So the Persian garden, which is all of those facilities, has really been elevated. Definitely have to check that out. The shops, a little bit more of a modern feel to them. The penthouse suite, as I said, these are real pictures. This really is what the penthouse looks like. You have a veranda room there for you as well. And take a look. This always amuses me. When you take a look at this veranda room and you see the bed there, do you see that the bed is kind of curved on the end? I've always loved that because you never nick your leg on the bed. You know, your leg is protected from the bed. Also, ladies or men in the shower, they have a little bar there for you to put your foot up. I mean, my apartment doesn't even have that. Really, they really thought about design excellence. And then the retreat. So the retreat is on the Celebrity Millennium. Our revolutionized ships do have all features of the retreat. The ships that have not been revolutionized, the only feature that they do not have is the retreat sun deck. All other features you will find fleet-wide. Now, when you book into the retreat, you get a suite. You also get an exclusive restaurant called Luminé. This is where culinary expertise comes in with Danielle Blood. We have the retreat lounge where you will find your concierge. Also a great place to read a book, have a cocktail, have a bite to eat. They also do officer events in there just for the retreat guest. Now, when we first get back to sailing, I can't promise you that that's going to be happening just because of the times that we are in, but it is certainly something that will come back if it's not happening while you were on board. So officer events in there, they have some entertainers that go in there for you guys. So it really is an exclusive, intimate experience. You also have the retreat sun deck with your own hot tub, your own pool. You have your pool butlers walking around while you're sailing over to Aruba. They're handing you an ice cold towel so you could cool off yourself. You could have your cocktail, a bite to eat. Really, whatever you want, your pool butlers along with your butlers are there for you. Every one of our suites has a butler. That butler can pack or unpack for you, have breakfast in your suite every morning for you at 6 a.m., dinner delivered to your room, dining reservations, shore excursions, whatever it is that you can need, your butler is there to help you along the way. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week in the case of, Millennium 7-night sailing. So however long your sailing is, that's however long they're available for you. Of course, the person that's helping you in the morning may not be helping you in the middle of the night should you need anything, but there is a butler there for you anytime you need one. It really is a ship within a ship. Now, the great thing about the retreat is you really get the exclusive, intimate experience that you are wanting, but you also get to have big ship experiences too. Some of those smaller ships can't have everything that a big ship has simply just because they're smaller. So you have your retreat, but you also have the shows. You also have all of the shops. You have the casinos. You have the spa. You have different venues to do things at, whether it's a different bar, watch a different show, a different, entertainment show that's going on. So there really is something for everyone. If you want to never leave the retreat, you certainly don't have to, but there is more than just the retreat for you when you book into the retreat. And I know Sherry and Charlie are in the retreat, so I cannot wait to hear all about their experience. A little jealous there, I have to say, but well-deserved vacation for you both. Now, when we're thinking about the retreat, what also comes to mind is luxury, and also comes to mind mega yacht, and what also comes to mind is Galapagos. Galapagos is coming back. How exciting is that? And for those of you who are saying, Maria, where is the Galapagos? The Galapagos is about 600, and I wrote this down because I want to say 600 miles off of the shore of Ecuador, right on the equator. And one of the ships, we do have
They're not doing anything in America.
we do have 3 ships. They're all year round. And the first one that I really want to talk about, and the one that I'm going to focus on today, is the Celebrity Flora, which is an all suites 100-passenger mega yacht starting up July 4th, 2021. I had to do what was 7 in my head for a second. July 4th, 2021. How exciting. Now, the beautiful thing about Flora is it really is outward facing. So this is where that destination delivery comes into play again. We really want you to be immersed in the Galapagos Islands. Everything is outward facing, as I mentioned, all suites. This is one of the open decks for you. Again, outward facing, you really get to experience where you are at, and you're fully immersed into the Galapagos. Floor to ceiling glass windows. Everything in this room can be done by the touch of a finger, all through animation. So whether it's closing the curtains, putting on your TV, closing the lights, all through animation. Now, I know when people think of Galapagos, that they say, Maria, this is something that I could never afford. It's on my bucket list, but just not right now, so on and so forth. Well, I have amazing news for you guys. Not only is this an all-inclusive experience, all of your beverages, gratuities, meals, your cruise, your tickets into the parks, all of your shore excursions, all of the snorkeling equipment that you can need. The rates right now are absolutely insane in an amazing way. Check this out. Oh no, I'm jumping ahead of myself. So you have the option. I'm so excited to share it with you guys. You have the option of either 10 or 11 nights. But that's helpful to know because on, I believe it's the next slide, I've been wrong the past 2. I'm going to show you some of the pricing that we have out right now. So this includes 2-night pre in Quito, Ecuador, the 7-night Galapagos cruise, 1 or 2 nights post-cruise. You have a luxury train, you have tour connecting airfare transfers. This is a fully escorted, exclusive experience for you. As I mentioned, all of your park entrance fees, gratuities, and meals are all included. Now, this is where I was hoping we were at 2 slides ago. Look at this pricing. For 10 and 11 nights in August, we have August 22nd, 2021, and we also have August 29th, 2021. You have a 10-night on each, and you also have an 11-night option on each. Look at this pricing, $8,799 per person. This is the lowest I have ever seen a Galapagos offering out there. Usually it's about $15,000 or so per person. If Galapagos is definitely on your bucket list, definitely take advantage of these pricings that are out there. Also, there's 2 offers for the Galapagos happening right now. Now, the only thing is that these 2 offers are not combinable. So you have to work it out and see which promotion works best for you. And your travel advisor could certainly assist with walking you through that and pricing it all out. So the first one being is our Galapagos loyalty offer. So any elite members or above, because it's Flora and it's an all-suite mega yacht, $1,500 for suites. The booking window is from May 1st, which of course has passed, to June 30th of 2021. Amazing. Or you have flights. Now everyone needs flights. So round trip air from US or Canada to the Galapagos when booking through Flights by Celebrity. The great thing about booking through Flights by Celebrity is you don't have to pay off your air until final payment. Same with your cruise. So it gives you a little bit more of a planning than you have to just book the air when you call the airline and they don't give you a payment option. Airfare valued up to $750 per person, including air taxes and fees, we cover. Anything additional than $750, you will then have to pay. As I mentioned, these two offers are not combinable. So definitely sit down and work it out and figure out which offer works best for you. All good? All good. Perfect. Now, as I said, I wanted to give you a little bit of a sneak peek of our newest ship, Celebrity Beyond. More space, more luxury, more connected. She is actually larger, taller than any of the other ships out there. So she's part of the Edge series. So her sisters will be Edge and Apex. And I have a little bit of a video to share with you guys. So just bear with me, and then we'll get into deployment.
Maria, we can't hear it.
You can't, that's okay, there's no words, but can you see it? Perfect.
This is more like a resort than a
Oh
ship.
my God,
It's just
how
gorgeous.
gorgeous. When I first was introduced to her, I used to work on board the ships, and I said, uh-oh, do I want to go work on board her? But I'm not going anywhere, but she really is beautiful.
It's funny, the venues that we've seen here look like it came straight out of Santorini.
Wow.
Hey, fella.
Hey, how are you?
We're good.
I'm just not hearing. I hear you two. I don't hear her. What am I doing wrong?
There's no sound. There was no sound on the video.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, sorry. I should have told everyone that before. I was just so excited.
I was like, there's no sound.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Were you able to see it though?
I just now logged in because I was on another webinar for work. So
No, that's okay. Because great news. This is all being recorded, so you can have the whole thing.
okay, cool.
Yeah. So, I mean, she is really, really beautiful. And I know everyone wants to know where she's going. And there's still so much about Beyond that we haven't even announced that I don't even know. Culinary being one, entertainment, the spa facilities. How does holistic wellness come into that? How does Goop come into it? So there's a lot more still to be known about Beyond. But what you could also do is if you head to the Celebrity Cruises YouTube channel, our president and CEO, Lisa Lutoff-Perlow, she did a whole YouTube live all about Beyond. So definitely check out that video, and she interviews some people who, helped design and create the spaces. So it was really an interesting broadcast to watch.
Okay.
Celebrity Beyond is going to be going out of Southampton in the beginning, so her maiden voyage will be out of Southampton. I'm very sad about that. However, they can have the love too. Most maiden voyages happen out of the States, so I guess we have to share. Going to be doing some Europe overnights in Florence for the first time ever, which is really beautiful, and also late nights in Santorini so you could experience the sunset. These are going to be 9 to 10 night Mediterranean itineraries, departing either Southampton, Rome, or Barcelona. She'll then do the transatlantic, Spain, Lisbon, and the Canary Islands, 12 nights, Barcelona to Cape Liberty, New Jersey. And then from there, she'll head on over to the Caribbean, out of Fort Lauderdale, Eastern and Western Caribbean, 7-night itineraries in the Caribbean for the most part, besides 8-night holiday sailings. Now, if you've never been on board the ships for the holidays, it really is something special. They deck out all of the ships and all of the decorations. A New Year's Eve party on board the ships is one of the best New Year's Eves I've ever had. So definitely something worth checking out. Really, there's something for all ages on board. It's a lot of fun. So that's what Beyond has going on. Now, these itineraries are open for sale. So if any of these interest you, or if you're just dying to get on the Beyond like I am, definitely get with your travel advisor and let's do a deep dive into some of the itinerary specifics that do work for you. Now, I know with the times that we are in, and I really hate to even bring this up, but I do want you to know that if you do book on or before May 31st, you are covered by our Cruise with Confidence program. So what that means is that you have up to 48 hours prior to your sailing to cancel, and you would receive a future cruise credit at 100%. You also have the opportunity to take advantage of best price guarantee. So that means that if you book right now, and let's just say you book at $1,000, I'm just making these numbers up, $1,000, and then in a couple of weeks, they go on and they check and say, there's a great deal out there, $500. I wish that was what our pricing was right now. It's certainly not. $500, everything exactly the same. And then you could take advantage of that and you could switch everything over. And you also have up to 48 hours prior to sailing to do that. The only thing is that so let's say the pricing is $500. However, it's something called Simply Sail, which we have out there, which is very few and far between, which is a rate only. Like I said, few and far between. You could take advantage of it, but you would lose all of your amenities. So best price guarantee is out there. I think when you book and you get your always included tips, drinks, and Wi-Fi always included, it's the best way to go. If the pricing changes and you are able to keep the amenities, that's what I would strongly recommend. So definitely something to think of. And the FCC, as well as I mentioned, up to 48 hours prior to the sailing to cancel and receive a future cruise credit at 100%. Now I'm going to open it up to some Q&As, but before I do that, I know everyone's probably thinking, well, Maria, this is all great, but what is it going to look like on board? You didn't talk about that at all. So The reality of the situation is, and do allow me to be very transparent with you, is that we don't know as of yet. And when I say we, I say me and my colleagues, not at the executive level. Unfortunately, they don't include me in all of those meetings. I know that everybody will be or will have to be vaccinated for any of our Apex or Millennium sailing. So 100% vaccination you must be. So if that's Johnson & Johnson, you will only need that one shot. If it's Moderna or Pfizer, you will need to be, have your 2 shots, 100% vaccinated. And that is for guests 18 years or older. Now that Pfizer has announced that children, I believe starting at 12, and keep me honest, are able to get vaccinated. I'm sure if that's something that Moderna or Johnson & Johnson, or if this becomes a widespread thing, that 18 or older may change to a lower age. Do not mark my words on that. That is what I am assuming, and we have not made any official announcements. So certainly more to come on whether a mask will be required, what it will be like when you get off of the ships. What I could say when it comes to the Galapagos is that mask will not be required. It's going to be at 50% or 40% really on the ship. So we're at 50 passengers. When you get off on the ships, sorry, I said mask will not be required. That's not what I meant. What I meant was, we don't know about that. What I meant was shore excursions. When you get off of the ship, because all of your shore excursions are included, when you get off of the ships, that's all included already. So, and it's only you. So when you are on the shore excursions and you're off of the ships, mask will not be included while you are in Ecuador, or in the Galapagos Islands rather. But when you are on board, I don't know, I don't know what that looks like yet. I don't know. So just bear with us. A lot more to come. Any questions that anyone has? I'm sure I just opened a whole can of worms.
Well, that's one of my questions, because we are going to go on June the 26th, and I know that things are changing daily right now, and we had to check to see about going into St. Maarten. We've got to have a negative COVID test 5 days prior, so we've got to go have that done, even though we've both had the shots. My next question is, I guess we're going to take our cards with us that show the proof that we've had our vaccine. I didn't know if you guys were going to require anything for us to have to send anything in prior to that shows it.
No, you will just need your white vaccination card. Now, within the next week or two, you're going to hear a lot of announcements from Celebrity on return to service. So I left some of those slides out because I don't want to confuse anybody with what I'm saying now. And if we haven't learned any, if we learned anything this past year and a half, it's that things can change in a drop of a hat. So because I knew that this announcement was coming, although I don't know what the context of the announcement is, I decided to leave it out. But as of now, the white card, your white vaccination card, is what you will need as proof of being vaccinated.
Okay, so my next question is, getting off the ship, I know that we're going to have a COVID test before we fly back to the U.S.
Okay.
So
let me kind of give you a little bit of a timeline. And as I said, this is as of now. I don't really see what I'm about to say changing too much, but your vaccination must be vaccinated, your negative PCR. You will also, before you get on the ship in the terminal, receive an antigen test, a rapid antigen test. Once you're all negative, then you will get on the ship. And 1 to 2 days before disembarking, you will also receive an antigen test on board. Now, that antigen test that you receive on board is what you will need to get yourself back into the United States. Now, that is if you are going directly from the ship to the airport home. If you are going from the ship to a resort to the airport home, that antigen test that you received on board does not work.
Okay.
Yeah. So also, if you are going from the airport directly to the ship, you will not be required to have the St. Maarten insurance.
Okay.
This was an additional insurance that St. Maarten was requesting.
Okay.
Go ahead.
We're going in a day early. And I know I'm talking about us, but I know this is going to happen with a lot of people. Okay,
Yes.
we're going in a day early, so we've got to have the St. Maarten insurance.
Yes.
Will you all be providing all of the links and stuff for us to get all of that?
Yes, and Shari, we could take this offline because I will send you some links that you guys could use that are very helpful with additional information. So yes, I have some things that I could send you.
Okay.
The St. Maarten insurance isn't that expensive. It's about $30. So
it's about $30. Yes.
Yeah, if you're going to go down 3 or 4 days early, then it's money well spent. Going down a day early, it's still money well spent because you're sure that you're there when it comes time to board the ship.
And I believe the latest announcement in regards to, and you know what, I'm going to stop sharing my screen for just 1 second. The latest announcement when it comes to Athens is that if you are vaccinated, and I want to pull up my email so I know I'm reading this correctly. This just came out earlier. And if you are vaccinated, you may not need a PCR. So that's the latest. But like I said, things are changing all the time. And we will be announcing, so no PCR tests needed for vaccinated US or UK citizens to visit Greece.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's exciting. But all of this information is available for you either on the Celebrity Cruises website. Right on the homepage, there's breakdowns depending on where you're going, either St. Maarten or Athens, what's all required, what insurances are required, where to find things. So right on the Celebrity Cruises website, you could find that all there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So anybody have any questions?
Nope.
No, I'm so good that I just covered it all. Well, of course, if anything does come up, for those of you who are watching the recording of this, thank you so much for taking the time to watch this. And if you do have any questions and you reach out to Sherry and Charlie or your travel advisors through Just Cruising Plus and they get stumped, they certainly know where to find me and we'll always get answers. So thank you. Thank you for having me.
Maria, thank you so much.
Oh, it's my pleasure.
It goes without saying that we're excited. If you've been watching the facial expressions, you know we're excited. The thing that is important for you to know is that you can get full details on this at Just Cruising Plus. Our email address is info@justcruisingplus.com. That's JustCruisingPlus.com. And our website is jcp.travel. It's not .com. We tried to get jcp.com, and the people over at JCPenney was just a bunch of folks. jcp.travel. Our phone number is 615-833-0922. Again, 615-833-0922. Any agent that answers the phone will be happy to help you enjoy what looks to be the rebirth of exciting cruise experiences in the next few weeks.
I don't have any other questions, Maria, but I thank you so much. We are so excited about being able to go on Millennium and just to see the pictures of the ship. She just looks absolutely gorgeous. I love that size vessel. I know it's one of the smaller ships, but truly that's the size that we enjoy so much. So we're really looking forward to that. Just to get back on the water again. It is.
I know.
It's going to be so wonderful, and we're so excited about it. Plus the fact that we get to celebrate our anniversary. So that's
right.
even better.
Yeah. I didn't want to share that with everyone, but I'm happy that you did.
Yeah. This is one of those 0 ones. This is that 40th, and so this is a pretty big one for us. So we're excited about it. But thank you again. And Felda, I will make sure that you and Jean both get copies of this.
Okay, thank
so
you.
that you can see the recording, and we'll post it. I'll send it out in an email for everybody to see. So thank you again, Maria.
Bye, guys. Thank you so much. I hope to see you all on board soon.